Hey folks, so let's take a few minutes and talk about the transports in the new edition here. So previously they were a little lackluster and it prevented a lot of units, close combat units namely, from actually being out on the table, because it was really hard to get some of these units into close combat because transports either had certain restrictions on them which prevented them from assaulting right away, or they just didn't quite get to the assault because the vehicle exploded too easily. So right now it looks like they're trying to make the vehicles a lot more durable. They're making them much more faster. A lot of them are better at shooting, and we're also getting a lot less limitations when it comes to transporting the number of people inside, or at least a various different number of units, and a lot less limitations on assaulting too. So that's really good. I'm really glad to see that. Now, when we're talking about putting people in the actual vehicles, you can put multiple different units within a vehicle up to the transport capacity. When you're disembarking, what's really nice is it kind of harkens back to some of the old editions, is essentially you don't move at the very start of the movement phase. You disembark. After disembarking, the vehicle can go do its own thing, move, shoot, assault, and then the unit itself can do its thing, move, shoot, and assault as well. Now, some other little tactics we've kind of seen floating around and kind of mentioned in here is when you're in an assault, in a vehicle that's open topped, you're going to be able to do things like shooting. And so you can move your full 16 inches, essentially, kind of like how the Star Weaver's shown here, and shoot out the top, which is very good. You're also going to be able to assault with the vehicle and use your pistols to shoot. So that's really cool. You can see these Star Weavers moving in, just ramming into the enemy, hopefully causing a few wounds and stuff like that, and then the guys inside taking a few shots in their shooting phase. So I'm actually pretty excited to see how that goes. Another thought is you disembark your unit, assault with the vehicle, and then assault with your actual unit itself. So that should be pretty interesting. So the vehicle itself could soak up those Overwatch shots. So interesting. When it comes to the actual Star Weaver, for the example here, it can move up to 16 inches. That's amazing. I love the amount of speed that you're getting with some of these vehicles. When we're talking about weapon skill, we were hearing that a lot of weapon skills were going to be, the vehicles are going to have a difficult time hitting, but it sounds like certain units that are specific to close combat, looks like they're going to be a little bit better at doing it. So for example, the Star Weaver here is going to be much better at close combat. When we're looking at strength and toughness, they're both 5, so not too bad on strength. Toughness, that's a little scary, and only 6 wounds. These things are still going to go down, but hopefully they'll be a little bit more resilient. The number of attacks really kind of surprised me here too. It's got 3 attacks. That's, wow, that's a lot of attacks for a vehicle. And then of course, when it comes to the actual save itself, 4+, that's not too bad. So we'll see if flicker fields, night shields, or something that come into play when it comes to various different vehicles. When we're talking about Dark Eldar, we're going to see hollow fields that are going to play a big role as well, but I would assume that a lot of these things are going to be specific to shooting at least. When we're talking about the open top vehicles, they're probably going to receive wounds maybe a little bit easier or something. We'll see what kind of detriment that open top has, but one thing for sure is we're not going to see our entire units get wiped out because of a vehicle explode. What we're going to be doing now is just rolling a d6, and if you get a 1, that unit's destroyed essentially. So that's good. So we're not going to be facing a whole bunch of guys getting killed off. And essentially back in the day when I was playing my Dark Eldar, I wouldn't even bother taking the units out of the foam trays, because a lot of times the vehicles would just get destroyed and that unit was entirely wiped out anyway from the ensuing explosion. So good. Now we just have to see how flamethrowers work with open top vehicles. Oh, what a nightmare that was, or is, or has been, or might still be. So we'll see how that goes. So anyways, with that said, I think there's a lot of really positive changes within this one. Some really nice tactics that are going to be opening up to us with our assault armies and our open top vehicles. And I think there's going to be some really cool combinations that people are going to be able to put together when it comes to mixed matching different units within larger capacity vehicles. I could just imagine a wave serpent moving up with a bunch of fire dragons and a bunch of howling banshees. The two units jump out, fire dragons nuke something, and then the banshees move up and then just rip whatever's inside apart. Oh, can't wait. It is going to be glorious. Anyways, with that said, I look forward to hearing what your feedback is and your thoughts on these changes. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Take care now. Bye.